I think it has. I think people take different meanings out of the name from the name. So what is the name about, and what does it deal with?
Well, right now in America, there's a lot of racial things going on, injustice and everything. So it's kind of personification, all the traps that people in America and people of my culture, hip hop culture, go through in America. So all the traps that we can kind of get into, uh, and rising above those traps. And he wants to be a musician. He doesn't want to be a guy in crime. He wants to be someone that's doing a good job and someone that's doing something that's positive. But he's bound to this crime lord, drug lord, who is telling him that's what he has to do. And serendipity happens. The universe, God, makes him go viral in one night. So it's like this cosmic event happens while he's getting arrested. He goes viral, and it's like he's wishing to get out of the negativity, and the universe is pulling him out of it. The story. So every time, and then now his music goes bigger. So every time his story happens in real life, he goes bigger in his career. So.
Right. And I think in one of your previous interviews, you mentioned that you were a bit spiritual, if I'm not too wrong.
Very spiritual. Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, does that play a part in you, while finding scripts and stories?
Yeah, everything I do has to have a meaning. Now, I think that's one of the reasons why I started producing my own films. And the world needs it. The world needs positivity. The world needs to understand the light within themselves and the God within themselves to understand the principles through filmmaking. And I think that's the way to teach people now, because when you have someone talking just on the stage and things, when you go through life experience, there's nothing that teaches you like life experience. And this what we're telling stories of things that people went through. So I consider myself more of a person of ministry that in film than someone that's just an actor. I'm giving messages to the world intentionally. And sometimes Hollywood is, I think, just now accepting of that. That's the good news. Before, it's just about negativity. Now people are yearning for the light. They're yearning for the spiritualisms and in film. Because one to have someone just talk. But it's when you can watch a story play out in a movie, you go, whoa, So that's the intent of every movie I do. And hopefully we can do more cross-cultural films. That's what I'm working on to do. I want to do like a Rush Hour with GVP Prakash. Like a comedy with a spiritual undertone, but funny. But you know what I'm saying? So yeah,
right. But with regard to this Trap City, but are you afraid of comparisons with 8 Mile, which I think I think you had a small part in? Because I think it follows the same. I mean, not exactly to the tune, but at least a small part.
No, because Trap City is a total different story. Number one, number two, it wouldn't be a bad comparison because 8 Mile did very well, so I wouldn't mind that. And also, I wasn't a star of that one. It's my first starring role. So, to me, the rapper genre film is cool, but it has to have a message. So if it doesn't have a message, then it wouldn't work to me. But yeah, now I wouldn't mind being compared to 8 Mile because 8 Mile did very well. It was a hit movie. So hey, compare it to 8 Mile. So I have no problem with that. Yeah.
Right. And tell us more about your character. I think about in Trap City. I mean, does he evolve? Throughout the movie, or is he very one-dimensional and very
It's very just the opposite of my characters I played. He's very more chill, more cool. I always play the fun, which I love to do. It's my comfort zone. But to play someone that's just kind of like where he reacts to things that happen to him, and how he reacts is more like chill. It's not like that's the tone for the film is play this character that is that thinks, but he's also frustrated, angry, mad. He's stuck. He's trapped in this trap, and everything that, and if you look at it, my character, have you ever heard of the 7 deadly sins?
Oh, of course. Yes, of course. Yes.
Wrath,
Wrath, greed, lust,
greed, lust,
gluttony.
all those are the traps that he's dealing with.
Oh, I see. Okay. So I think he battles these obstacles one step at
Yes,
a
so
time. And then,
he's dealing with wrath, with
okay.
his temper,
Okay.
greed with the life of fame and money,
Okay.
the lust with the I don't want to tell too much of the movie. The stripper that he gets
Right.
that he
Right.
falls in love with.
Yep. Yep.
It's just every, and I don't want to tell too much of the film, but everything he's dealing with, it's those spirits are subliminally fighting against him, and he overcomes it by becoming a better man towards the end of the film. So you'll see, and it's subliminally in there. It's like you can't,
Right.
you will never see it if I didn't say it. This guy's just mad,
Okay.
you know.
Okay. And I mean, as a co-producer, I mean, were you ever tempted to maybe Indianize the story a bit, because since this is going to be usually followed film in India as well?
I did with the actors. I tried to do it. See, Trap City is such an American film that I told this to some of my other brothers and sisters over in India, that the reason why we had, if you ever you see GV as the doctor, you see my bodyguard Napoleon.
Yeah.
I had to make them relatable in America.
Yeah.
Because I know the perception of it's just foreign. We don't, and especially hip hop. Hip hop is new and relatively new in India. So trying to bring those cultures together, you have to do it very wisely, very, it has to be placed right. Then when you come back, you can do a full film, because right now, India and America, the cultures are crossing.
Yep.
They're starting to marry, and they're becoming more Western, and things are happening. But the problem with the certain communication barriers. So most and stereotypically, most Indian, our brothers and sisters from India that's in America are either in technology or doctors, right? And that's really, I mean, but that's not a bad thing. And we had to do something relatable so the audience can understand it. So then we can then move them, our brothers and sisters in India, to cops later and different jobs that are relatable and common, or just just regular. So you have to just have a relatable point in minds. So like me, that's why I did a hip hop. Everyone knows the hip hop culture in America. So the hip hop culture in America, that's why I played a rapper, because if I played anything else, it may not relate. So the music, people know rappers in India, people know rappers around the world. So this character, so I'm even playing something that's very stereotypical, but I'm doing it because it's still, no matter what, it's a point to say hello. It's a point to say Vadakam, right?
Yeah.
It's a point to say, to be there with, to meet in the middle, and it has to be like that, right? For now.
Right. I mean, it's interesting that you mentioned Mr. GV Prakash and Mr. Napoleon. I think, and I want to ask you if there was any kind of, of a cross-cultural impact that you had, or whether you maybe, you gave to GV Prakash and Napoleon on sets. I mean, did you talk about anything apart from movies, about life, about religion? I mean, not religion. I think it's a bit controversial. I think about arts.
No. It's very similar. Religions are very similar.
Right.
For us. So we talked about all that.
Any interesting conversations that happened?
Huh?
Any interesting conversations that happened between you three?
Yeah, I realized how much more we're alike than different.
Yeah.
Especially with South India, and I tell if I cut my hair like your style, I'll be Dravidian. Really.
Yeah.
We look very similar.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
yeah.
I study a lot of cultures and ancient cultures, and we're very similar. Yep. And I think the world needs to know that. So yeah, we had great conversations, and those conversations showed us that we are very, very similar. And I think that the media tries to what's what I'm looking for, make it feel like we're separate when we're not.
Right.
It's because we're on different sides of the world.
Yep.
They make it feel like, oh, they're that, you're this, and it's like, I was telling South India and just the the African American culture in America, hip hop,
Yep.
you know, Jay-Z and different people that you guys probably know over there.
Yep.
If the worlds can connect, you know, because I think we have similar stories of oppression and different things that happen very similar. So we have to kind of bring those similarities together. And that's one of the things that I was looking at doing. I'm actually writing a film now with me and GV, kind of a rush hour type movie.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to work on next. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, personally, I mean, I would love to see you in a full-fledged South Indian film. You know, even an Indian film would do. You know, so I mean, have you had talks with Ganeshan sir over there to do a full-fledged South Indian film?
I'm trying to learn the relatability. I'm trying to bring the two together. I can't speak the language, which would be challenging. So I would figure out if they would have subtitles. I got to figure out how to do that because the language is it's to act in the language and learn. I'll have to learn. That's a lot of time. So not saying we can't do it, but I will be interested in doing that also, and doing something where we mix the cultures together and we learn from each other.
Right.
So.
Very true. Yeah. I mean, so basically, I mean, I want to ask you if you've seen any Indian films and which one has caught your eye, or which one have you found interesting, and which one would you want to maybe do an English remake of?
You know what? I just got into. I was telling Tell this that I'm starting to. And Netflix just started. I don't even know. They just started buying a lot of Indian films.
Yep.
A lot of foreign films, and I'm gonna do my homework and start to watch more of the style. Because now it's accessible to me now. Before it wasn't accessible. Now it's a whole section of just international films. You can go and watch all your So I'm excited about that. I got to do my homework, so I can't really give you the answer yet, but I can come back with that answer because I'm looking at. That's exactly what we're trying to do. Find a cultural. I'm trying to find a movie, and that's keep telling you, either American movie I can make like a cross-cultural movie, or we can find an Indian movie, like you said, and make it an American film. And that's something that would be a challenge because of the relatability. So we got to take it step by step. And I kept telling Tel, we got to kind of marry the cultures together as much as we can and keep having these conversations. Having these conversations,
Right. It's been a wonderful pleasure talking to you both, and I wish you the best for your release. Yeah. And I hope to talk to you soon for your other releases as well.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for having me, man. Very excited. You guys go see Trap City and Kingdom of everything, guys.